Hello everyone and welcome to Dogs Racing League Martinsville 125. 2 races left in the championship. A little bit late on stream, apologize for that, but you're watching Austin Johnson as he goes around. You can see on the left-hand side the results for qualifying so far, as Johnson just coming around to complete his first timed lap. And there he goes, spinning the inside wall. Well, as always, I'm Mitch Hobbs in the booth. Alongside me, Benjamin White.
Yeah, there's a lot more people than I expected to show up to this, so I'm going to have my hands full here doing administrative work, but I'm looking forward to a pretty good race under the lights tonight. Big field right now, 19 people have qualified, and there's another almost the rest of the half of the field that hadn't qualified, so quite a few people here tonight, and then that's going to play into effect on a long run. We might see some lap traffic. I'm not really expecting a long run, but if we do get one, that lap traffic is going to play a huge factor as we hit 1 minute to go in qualifying.
Absolutely, 100% right on that one, Dog. Still getting a few things set up, so I apologize for that. But we're going to have your grids coming. We're going to have your grid results coming in just a moment. 45 seconds left of qualifying. Dylan Alt on pole, last week's winner. Sean Leisure in second. Haven't seen him in quite a while. Bridger Olsen, P3, great qualifying for him. Eric Heater and Aaron Mulrooney in the 5th position. We're going to look around, see if we can catch anyone. Dominic Howe looks like going for the longest possible lap. See, he stopped right in front of the finish line. We're going to have to see that lap time as it comes in. William Schmidt had a wonderful 30-second lap time. I think Dom's going to beat that by quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it'll be up there in the 3-minute, 4-minute range, but man, a few guys that are chase drivers qualified way in the back. Nick Miller, one of them, qualifying 17th right now. Andy McDowell, 18th. And that, though he did not have any practice, so that was a disadvantage as Dominic Howe turns in a 4-minute, 20-second lap time. Couldn't time it any better than that.
Absolute legend. Great lap time from him. But Benjamin, Andy did make it. That was a developing story coming into this. We didn't know if he was going to make it or not. Had some issues. But let's go through your grid for today's race. There we go. Dylan Alt starting on pole. Sean Leisure in that second position. As we mentioned earlier, Alt, last week's winner. Going to be really quick today. Going to be hard to beat. Bridger Olsen in that 3rd position. Eric Heater in 4th. Heater really good on these short tracks. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up and leads some laps today. Aaron Mulrooney Jr., arguably one of the best short track drivers we know, starting in the 5th position after the heartbreak last week. And regular season winner Sartaj Mani in the 6th position. Ryan Kendrick up in 7th. Cole Woody in 8th. 2 chasers that have been struggling so far. Really need a good performance today if they want to have any hope coming into Homestead. Corey H. Hartz, Brody Garner. Garner, I believe, 2nd in points coming in today's race. But starting back in that 10th position. Has to stay out of trouble. Get a good result today. Hunter up in 11th, Charlie Byer in 12th, Michael Roseo 13th, Lane Stevenson 14th, Jake Sylvia 15th, Joe Berge 16th, Nick Miller 17th, Andy McDowell 18th, Peter Kenny 19th, and William Schmidt in 20th. We're going to go through the rest of the grid so you guys can see. A lot of drivers starting here today. 30
in total.
30
I don't
in
count.
total, yes. Dog is not racing. That would be quite a scary sight. But the SPG driver of Dylan Alt going to be on pole. SPG Sean Leisure in that 2nd position too. SPG lockout. Not too surprising. We saw them go 1, 2, 3 last week. Of course, hoping to do the same for today. We're going to get your points up in just a minute. As currently, Andy McDowell is that point. So the group set starting in 18th. Brody Garner 4 points behind. Then Nick Miller, Sartaj Mon, Ryan Kendrick. As it looks like 3rd place did not grid. Not quite sure who that is, but we're going to have to check on that. As I believe we do have 2 pace laps. Don't think I'm wrong about that one. But let's get up our race analysis. Martinsville Speedway, 125 laps, about 65 miles by our rough math that really didn't spend enough time on, so we're probably wrong. But no stages. Pit window estimated about 75 laps, 35 miles per hour on pit road. It is going to be quite a fun one today. A lot of drivers on a very, very short track. I don't know, dog. What's your pick? Who do you think's gonna win?
Well, Dylan Alt is on a huge wave of momentum after his win last week. Unfortunately, I wasn't really there to see that due to Hurricane Sally coming in and knocking me out, but it was still a pretty good finish nonetheless with him and Aaron Mulrooney. I think those two can duel it out for the win here tonight. Maybe Austin Johnson, who was fast in practice, and Eric Heater as well. Maybe some guys to watch out for.
Absolutely. But the pace car going to come in off turn number 4 as we're going to get ready to go racing. Nighttime at the paperclip. Green flag is out. We are racing.
Pretty good start by Sean up on the outside. They head to turn 1. We got some brake checking in the back, and there's some
oh, there's a huge wreck.
Yep, Jake Sylvia's in that. There's William Schmidt.
Sylvia Schmidt, Dominic Howe getting through the low side. Charlie Byer around. One person that we thought was going to have a great day. Man, that's got to be the second week in a row Jake Sylvia's been around on lap 1. As let's try and go back and get a replay of that. Probably just an accordion effect from the start as we're going to look with Charlie Byer. Oh, Sylvia in too hot into Michael Roseo. The 3 of them up into the wall. Moore collected 33. Looks like he got a piece of it. That is... Let's get to that 33 lane. Stevens, I believe, making his first start. As, yeah, you see it really spread out back here coming to the line. But I think Sylvia just misjudged him. Let's get another look.
Yeah, he had some drop frames as well, according to him on this. And fortunately, punts Michael Rosero, spins out Charlie Byer. There goes Lane Stevens in that as well. And William Smith will have to come to a stop on the outside to avoid.
Let me get another look from this angle. I don't know if I just missed it. It looked like horrible net code. No, we didn't get into him. Oh, very close miss for Nick Miller, but I believe that 9 car is going to have some damage. Let's see, is he on pit road? No, look at that. Just barely getting through there. You see Hunter Rupp with a little bit of rear end damage. I know he loves this place. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him up towards the front. Joe Berge on pit road, further back. Mark Frimpong, the 51 of... Who is the 51? That's a custom number. We're going to have to check back on that. Not 100% familiar with them. But looks like Casey Drake on pit... No, that's not Casey Drake. Yes, it is Casey Drake. On pit road as well, Max Urich. A lot of drivers towards the back, but unchanged at the front. Dylan Alton's still going to be our leader. Or is he? Is that right in front of him? That's the 59 of Bridger Olson.
Bridger pit started.
He pit started. I was going to say, I believe he was that car that started in that 3rd position. He's currently inside the pace car, giving us a good laugh. But Dylan Alt will be your leader, I believe. Bridger not going to lose a lap. You should be able to get that back here. As lap 1 chaos, going to take out multiple drivers. As it looks like the 0 weight of JJ Hill did not start. Just one thing to mention. But looking through, Sylvia going to be 2 laps down. Lane Stevens as well. Byer's going to be 1. Roseo's going to be 1. Multiple cars going to be a lap down. Really unfortunate coming into turn 1, especially that many cars. You know, just an incident-prone track with a lot of drivers. Can yield incidents for sure. So we're still working on getting you guys the points coming into today's race. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to be going back green here in just a matter of time.
Hoping to get a few green flag laps in here, maybe a green flag run, but with these guys all on top of each other, it's going to be a while before they get spread out. Dylan Alt will lead him to the green flag. He will have discretion this time on when he wants to go, so Dylan will go early, and that catches the 67 off guard, which 42 will be cleared on the front straightaway. Here comes the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney to his inside for the 2nd position.
Green flag back out. Dylan Alt going to get to that huge jump. Here comes Aaron Mulrooney down the inside. They're going to be side by side down the backstretch. A lot of jostling for position further back. Eric Heater going to settle in that 4th position. But the 42 and Aaron Mulrooney rocketing out to an early lead. Going to be about half a tenth up coming to the line. As Sean Leisure and Aaron Mulrooney still side by side coming into 1.
Man, Nick Miller almost spun it off turn 4. He was able to hang on to it, got forced onto the curb and had to save it. Oh, Latham Joyner spinning. Oh, he's going to collect Nick Miller down the backstretch.
Big wreck in the back. Mark Frimpong, Casey Drake, Dominic Howe. The 51, still not sure who that car is, but has a huge pileup, all stemming from Latham Joyner. Let's go try to get a replay, see what happened. Oh, you can catch it a little bit late there. It looks like Nick Miller turned into a Mark Frimpong hard into the wreck, as other cars collected as well. Yeah, Mark's struggling to understand what brakes are. Look at that, the 9. Contact with the 61, then contact with the 3, and then we're going to see what happens in a turn 1. Latham cuts him off just a little bit. The 21, Austin Johnson, right in front of them. So let's see, Latham runs a little high off the corner. Oh, he gets loose right in front of the 9, and that's going to take out a whole bunch of cars. Look at that car.
Look at Andy McDowell avoided. You got to go look at Andy McDowell's camera feed. That was a crazy mess right there.
Let's take a look on board from that number 20 of Andy McDowell. Let's take a look from a nose, see what happened, see what he saw. You can see just how close he was there on that bumper cam. Almost got into the 9, almost got in the inside wall, and then almost into the 9 once again. Great avoidance by that number 20 car, your points leader. As let's take one more look. We're gonna head back and check from the blimp. See what we see back here in the middle pack. Really unfortunate incident for a lot of those drivers. That's going to take out some more. We see Nick Miller on pit road. Leader still going to be that number 42 of Dylan Alt, as we have 2 cautions early here at Martinsville. Looks like Casey Drake, Latham Joyner both might be out of this race 3 laps down currently. Must have a lot of repairs. They both took some pretty hard hits. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Frimpong is in the same boat as well. But 42, Dylan Alt still up in the lead. Sean Leisure second, Aaron Mulrooney in third, Eric Heater fourth, and Sartajman into that top 5. I'd call out big movers so far, but I mean, there's not a lot of moving when there's not a lot of racing. As I see them starting to double up, I believe we're going to be going 1-2 green. Lights are going to be out on the pace car. Hopefully we can keep it a little more clean this time. Car going to make the jump in to the pit road. Going to leave the restart to Dylan Alt. Green flag is out. Alt with a huge jump on the restart. He's going to be way clear heading into turn number 1.
Aaron going for the second position once again. Oh, we got a caution.
Already a yellow. Quick caution.
Peter Kenny around on the front straightaway, and he's driving backwards right now. Oh,
Peter Kenny around in that number 62 Outlaw Tundra. Let's try to get a look at what happened. This actually, wow. We caught it a little bit late. We're going to jump back a little bit more, but it looks like he more or less lost it by himself. See Kenny all the way in the back. Bridger Olsen going to pass him, but this is not even at the green yet. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Peter Kenny, absolute loss of talent, spins it into the inside, then right back up in front of Charlie Beyer, taking out a chase contender. I mean, I don't know how to react to that one, Benjamin. That's a very big mistake, especially on a restart. I mean, nothing to gain there, and he's just pushing it too hard. And he's going to have a lot of damage, possibly ending his day. So really questionable move by the number 62 of Peter Kenny, as I believe he's going to be on pit road for extensive repairs and staying out now. don't know if that's just me. Looks like the car's crab walking just a little bit. That toe knocked out. But you see cars in the back. I believe we started with 30, and I think we have 20 cars on the lead lap after just 16 laps of racing and only 4 or 5 green. So really, really unfortunate so far.
Bad development here. Sartaj just fell out of the race.
Sartaj fell out.
No damage. He fell out of the server. Throughput.
I could have sworn I saw someone in the pit barrels. I believe the 7 may have money shifted.
Oh,
yeah, that 7 just blew up. I knew I saw some kind of smoke.
He had a bunch of damage. I don't know if that was a money shift.
But the 7 of Charlie Byer, Chase Contender, going to be out of this race. Sartaj as well. As that's 2 Chase Contenders down already. Actually 3. Casey Drake out as well. He is a Chase Contender. So a really, really rough start for a lot of these drivers. As let's try and pull up your points as they ran before the race. Side, I just gotta add Cole Woody real quick, and then we'll bring up your points standings. All right, we should be good for points. Let's take away the tickers and points. Where is points? There they are. All right, so your chase drivers, 10 of them only in this field as we come with 2 races to go. Andy McDowell, as we mentioned, the point leader, started deep in traffic, had some really close wreck avoidances as we see Dylan almost kill Sean Leisure. Brody Gardner in that 2nd position, 4 points back. Nick Miller, Sartaj Ryan Kendrick, all a little bit further back. They need a really good day, and they need a mistake from Andy or Brody. Charlie Byer, Joe Berge, Keelan Belsha, Casey Drake, Cole Woody on the outside looking in as multiple drivers, as we mentioned, having issues already. I think unless something drastically changes, really going to be a 2-horse race heading into Homestead as pace car is off. Restart going to be back in the hands of Dylan Alt. Green flag is out. Sean Leisure a much better start this time. Not going to be able to get side by side. Will he? Big dive into the turn number 1 by the number 67. He's going to stay side by side with Dylan Alt, but Alt going to clear off turn number 2.
Battle for 3rd right now. Eric Heater to the outside of the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney. How about Ryan Kendrick up in the top 5 as well? That's the highest running chase driver.
See Eric Heater and Aaron Mulrooney battling for that 3rd position. Look at Heater really diving in as another yellow. So I believe they're wrecking towards the back. Who's in this one? Bridger Olson blinking, not sure who is involved. We're going to jump back. The 51 or the 45 of Aaron Brown. Going to look towards the back here and see what happened. I don't really see anyone wrecking. Nick Miller, no. I am definitely confused. I don't see anyone that went around. 1 car there on the inside, Sartaj Mon. I don't think he would have brought out the yellow. He was moving slowly, I believe, letting everyone by, but... Dog, you got any reason for the caution? As I see 1 car around. I believe that's Peter Kenny once again. Yep. We saw it there for just a moment. Looks like Peter Kenny once again going around. Let's see what happens in 3 and 4. See a big dive by the 86 and Peter. Oh, he's going to get turned by that 86 and Dominic Howe. Peter a little bit up the track. Howe washed up just a tiny bit, and it's going to turn him around. Peter going to be involved in, once again, another wreck. Let's get a replay from that number 86 of Dominic Howe. So we got to go back just a little bit further. Here. So this is where they went green. And I believe we already missed it. Yep. Yeah. Let's get one more view of that wreck. So we're going to take a different camera. Yeah, Howe just washed up a little bit. May have thought he was clear, and he's going to send the 60 to around. So another incident for the 62 of Peter Kenny, and Dominic Howe involved in another one as well, as Sartajman, I believe, can get one of his laps back after falling through, as you see him driving up the outside of the field. There you go, Sartaj going to get one of his laps back. I believe that's going to put him 1 lap down. So still very recoverable, as I believe the 83 of Joe Berkey is going to go a lap down. No, he's not. That was just him blinking out. But I will say, in that 12th spot, there's the points leader. A little bit of damage in the front and a little bit of damage in the back. That car looks beat up already, and we are just 1/5 of the way into this race. Still a long way to go. And Andy McDowell already going to have some front end damage. It looks like a lot of cars with front end damage, as it's not going to be just him. Let's check out. Just going to see if anyone up here has pit yet. No, no one in the top 10 is pit. So no one's going to be on fresher tires. Look at that 61. The rear end all torn up. But the good news is, aerodynamics don't really mean too much. As long as you got the engine power and your car's able to turn, you should be pretty good here around Martinsville. He's the paperclip for a reason. Really tight racing. See a little bit of contact there. 74 and 2 under caution, but base car is going to go down pit road. Dylan Alt going to take us back to green flag racing. We're green at the paperclip.
Green. Pretty good restart by the 67 as they go down the front straightaway. These guys are going to probably be taking it a little easier now that some of the guys that have been causing the most cautions are now out of the race, and they can just go for themselves right now. It's mostly single file throughout the field. Good sight to see right now. Dylan All up front.
I believe the 49 of Sartajman has fallen through once again. So it looks like his hopes of a good day are going to come to an end, showing him 4 laps down currently, and I believe that number is going to increase. But 20 cars left, and 20 cars on the lead lap. I believe Latham Joyner 25th, 16 laps down. I think he's on pit road taking repairs. Nope, he is back out on the track. But Dylan Alt's still going to lead. Sean Leisure right behind him, about 2/10 back. See that 67 driving a lot harder than a 42 into the corner. Maybe burning up his stuff a little bit too much, but that 42 getting a great exit. 28 looking to make an attack on that 67 for the second position. Breaking up that SPG 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. As five of the top 6 drivers on Sim Performance Group. SPG been dominating the last 2 weeks. Eric Heater the only one breaking that up so far. See Brody Gardner up to that 7th position, second in points. And the 20 not too far behind Andy McDowell. So the 55, if they finished here, would be gaining quite a few spots, as we are mostly single file throughout the field. Looks like one battle back there, the number 86 of Dominic Howe getting by, who's that right behind him, the 24 of Noah Allison. I'm going to talk about him today. Kept that truck clean. Maybe I'll have something later in this race as Bridger Olson and Max Zurich go to battle.
Starting to get green flag laps in now. Pretty happy to see that after the start we've had tonight. Austin Johnson from, I think, 23rd position is up to 6th. So he's our biggest mover right now. But we got about, I think, 4 guys in the chase in the top 10 right now. So some of these guys running good, but some of these non-chasers also running really good as well. So it's great to see. Top 4 all non-chasers.
Yeah, the 21 Austin Johnson from that 23rd position up to the 6th spot, currently up 17 spots, having a great run so far, is that number 21. But looking a little bit further ahead, Ryan Kendrick looks to be pressuring that number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. I really thought that 2 would be a little bit quicker than he is so far, as Dylan Alt really starting to scoot away. Well, it looks like the 2 car a little bit further up off the corner than at 00. But still running in a very respectable 4th spot. As let's go on board the number 00 for a lap.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, caution's on the raceway. Got another one.
Caution.
Andy McDowell around.
Again, Andy McDowell around. That is your points leader. Lots of damage on that front and left side, rear end as well. Let's try to get a replay as once again another caution out here Oh, he's going to get a tap from Joe Berge in that number 83. And then Dominic Howe going to get in that 83 and send him down, send that 20 around even more. Looks like they were stuck together for a moment, but tensions rising. Joe Berge, very aggressive on that bumper. Let's try to get a ride on board with him.
And he was backing up the corner, and Joe just misjudged where he was, and unfortunately got right in the back of him and spun him out. Not too many other cars get involved. It looks like it's just those two, so they get away with minimal damage, but 83 is going to get sent to the rear for causing that incident.
Definitely not intentional, but I do see that 21 car of Austin Johnson going to come to pit road from that 6th position. That's going to send up the 55 and the 9. Looks like William Schmidt, Eric Heater in as well. So multiple leaders hitting under that yellow as Austin taking a questionable line through the infield as he slams straight into the pace truck. But that 28 of Eric Heater did come down pit road. I don't know. Not sure if Leisure and Alt pitted as well. We can check their last hit.
He did.
Alt, Leisure, and Heater pitted, as well as Austin Johnson, Corey H. Hartz, and more. Aaron Mulrooney Jr., Ryan Kendrick, Brody Garner, Nick Miller, and Noah Allison all elect to stay out. Nick Miller looks like pitted a little bit earlier. 16 lap hole tires, has the oldest of them all.
With the amount of caution laps, it's not going to hurt these guys too bad. Mulrooney, Kendrick, Brody Garner, Nick Miller, some of the guys that stayed out. I don't think it's going to hurt them as bad as if it was on 39 lap green flag tires. You can see we've already had 5 cautions, so it's been a caution-precaution kind of race so far.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there, but looks like we are going to take the one to go this next time, I believe. So, Aaron Mulrooney, his first time out front here tonight. Let's see how long he can hold on to it.
We knew this 2-car would be quick, but he's going to be playing a little bit of strategy out in front. Ryan Kendrick, same strategy as well with Brody Garner, Noah Allison, and Nick Miller hitting a little bit earlier than they both did. But that 2-car of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. is going to be your leader, as I believe we're going to be getting the 1 to go this time around. One to go is out. Looks like 1 car trying to beat off the pace car. Going to work his way back around. Looks like the 86 of Dominic Howe. But the SBG Toyotas of Aaron Mulrooney and Ryan Kendrick going to be on that front row with another SBG back in 4th and 6th. Brody Garner, the lowest of the month, in 3rd. Pace car is off. Going to give the restart to Aaron Mulrooney Jr. as we are green flag racing back here in Martinsville.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, Dylan trying to take it 3 wide. Really risky move. He's going to back off and get behind Nick Miller. Ryan Kendrick. Oh, Dylan Alt is
sideways through 1 and 2 goes Dylan Alt as the 67 was peeking 4 wide for a second, but Alt gave his teammate Nick Miller a shove coming in the corner and then got hit from behind from Eric Heater.
Oh, Max Urich around.
Max Urich around in the back is going to bring out a yellow once again. Man, we just can't get green. That was going to be some interesting strategy. We saw how bad those tires spun as we're going to look back here. What happened to the 6? Dives it in way too deep and just straight loses off the corner. Another loss of talent from the Supreme iRacing Division drivers. Both Peter Kenny and Max Urich having tough days so far, losing that slight bit of talent they already had, as the 6 then proceeded to almost win the next corner as well. But back at the front, I believe the leader, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., is not down pit road. My timing just wants to screw up right now, as we're going to see if they're going to come down pit road this time. 2 going to peak. Is he going to come in? No, he's not. I believe pit road may have been closed that time, so we're going to see it next time around. 55 of Brody Gardner able to get up to that second position. Started 4th on the restart, or I believe 3rd. Something, I don't even know. But Dylan Alt on those fresh tires going to be restarting that 4th position right behind Brody Gardner. So you got to watch out for that 42. Going to have fresher tires in the bunch, but we saw even he was sliding around this place as he's got some right rear damage now. Still much cleaner than most of the cars in the field. But nonetheless, there's a little bit of damage that may hinder his performance. So P00 was thinking about coming down pit road, but is not going to. As the 51, that is Aaron Brown coming around getting his lap back. As we now have 18 cars on the lead lap. Looks like 19th on back. First one being out of the race, Hunter Rupp in that number 61. I know he loves this place, but unfortunate day for him. Bridger Olson out in that 59 as well. 3 of Latham Joyner is 15 laps down. I believe getting damage repairs right now. Sartajman out of the race. He was, I believe, 4th in points, so tough day for him. Going to finish in that 22nd position. Peter Kenny out in 23rd. Charlie Byard, chase contender, going to finish 24th. We saw him blow his motor after early contact. Aiden Kirker 25th. Casey Drake 26th. Lane Stevens 27th. Mike Roseo 28th. Jake Sylvia 29th. 2 last place finishes in a row for that number 78. As another lap 1 incident for him. But no one out of the top 5 pitted this caution. So once again, we're going to see these guys on old tires. The 00 almost spun him, almost spun out that last time. Was able to save it. And then we saw the incredible save by the number 42 of Dylan Alt as the 21 doing something really stupid back there. I guess warming up his tires, although that has no effect. Dirt racer logic for you.
I mean, they're just having fun under caution right now because the only fun they had was that one green flag run. It was like 10 laps. Other than that, they've been pacing lap after lap after lap as we've taken the one to go here. I'm really hoping as an admin for a green flag run here, but I don't know. The intensity is going to start ramping up as we get in the second half of the race, and I'm just questioning whether we'll be able to have that or not, but we'll have to see here.
We have been lucky in previous weeks to have multiple long green flag runs. We saw some of them at Auto Club. We saw some of them in weeks prior. Went green all the way at Homestead, but pace car is going to be off pit road. The 2 of Aaron Mulrooney going to lead us back to green flag racing here at the Paperclip.
Green, green, green.
Really good restart by the 42 of Dylan Audis. Ryan Kendrick really spins the tires there.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, they're already wrecking Eric
caution.
Heater around. Nick Miller as well. I believe Rex in the back as well. As we're going to go right back under yellow, but Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to stay leader. Dylan Alt going to be up to second, just barely getting by. As let's check what happened with the number 28 of Eric Heater and Nick Miller running inside the top 10. Both of them having great runs, but not going to be. So we're going to go back a little bit further. Let's get a view on the restart. So let's get a wide angle, see what happened. Really questionable move there from Nick Miller as he saw the 10 of Mark Frimpong having an incident further back. But it just looked like, I don't know if Nick made contact with the car on the inside, but he just made a beeline right at the door of that number 28. We're going to take one more look. I just don't think Nick knew that Heater was there. As Heater making a bold move on that outside, going to take it 3 wide, and I just don't think Nick noticed. Let's try to get a ride on board with that number 20. Sorry, the number 9 of Nick Miller and see what he saw. See if we can do anything different. Definitely had no idea that 28 was to his outside, as I believe he was worried about the 21 diving it up to his inside. But I don't know. That's another tough call there, as Nick Miller involved in an incident, as well as Eric Heater. let's go back, try to get a replay of that number 10 car. We saw him having issues there on the front stretch. See there, he is spun around. Try to get one more view of him. We're gonna try to go back one more time, as not really sure what happened there, but something did. One more time, let's go back. Oh, just gets loose off the corner. Involved Andy McDowell, Latham Joyner, already having a tough day, and it's gonna get even tougher. Try to get a look a little bit further back. I don't know if he made contact with Joe Berge or just extremely loose off the corner. We see that car already badly beat up. Hard to see him from that angle. Let's try to take one more look. But it looks like that 3 very close to the rear bumper of the 10 car, but he slides up just a little bit. I don't know if he gets loose trying not to get in that 83 or gets into that 83. We're going to have to see in this angle. Yeah, a little bit of contact with that 83 at Joe Berge, not all the way up against the wall. It looks like another racing incident. Another one for Mark Frimpong to be involved. He's now 2 laps down. Looks like that motor is blown. So, tough break for him. As we're going to be going back. Green flag racing. Pace cars off turn number 4. Let's go green once again. Aaron Mulroney going to lead us to the green flag. Green, 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 we are back racing.
Green, green,
So here comes Dylan Ault on those fresh tires.
I think he's going to get him if we get more than a lap green flag here, as Brody Garner goes to the inside of Austin Johnson for the 3rd position, but Austin gives a good run off the outside. Sean Leisure also trying to get in this battle, as well as Cole Woody in the 74. Brody and Cole currently our highest running pace drivers. The caution is out again.
Caution
What the heck is
once
this time? Aaron Brown going around.
again. Aaron Brown in the number 51, driving backwards onto pit road, getting an unsafe entry for that one, as yet another incident here at Martinsville. Racing back with a 00, the 3 of Latham Joyner, William Schmidt as well. Let's see what happens coming into turn number 3. Oh, Schmidt's just going to tap him, and he's going to slam into that inside wall. I believe Andy McDowell may have had to serve an incident penalty already this early in the race. But that 79 of William Schmidt cooks it in a little bit too hot, going to make contact, and going to send that 51 into the barrels. And let's get a look from above. Nick Miller involved once again, as well as that 79 just misjudged the corner a little bit. I believe that is a Mike Harmon racing car. Something we know Schmidt loves to be a backmarker. He's doing backmarker things, causing random cautions when he has no relevance to the actual race yet. But I believe the 20 of Andy McDowell, we saw him going through pit road. I think it was an incident penalty, so he is going to be able to have that cleared, as he did go down pit road and technically serve it. But still, no pit stop from the 2 of Aaron Mulroney Jr. or the 55 of Brody Garner, 2 of the cars that stayed out. They have yet to make a pit stop today. Let's just look, see when our drivers have pitted. Aaron Mulroney Jr., Brody Garner, and Noah Allison back in that 9th position are the 3 cars that have stayed out the whole entire race. Dylan Ault, Sean Leisure, Cole Woody, Corey H. Hartz, and Joe Berge all pitted on the same lap. Berge now sneaking his way up in the top 10. How about Dominic Howe? Had a lot of incidents today. Has 2 lap fresher tires than everyone else, but I doubt it really matters. We haven't gone green all that long. As this is our 8th caution for 40 laps. Only 3 lead changes. Fastest lap of 19.271. Way off what they were setting in qualifying. So they haven't really had time to get a clean lap on fresh tires yet so far. So Aaron Mulroney Jr. currently in 1st, up 4 spots from that 5th position. Don't know how many laps he's led so far. Led quite a few. So let's actually bring that up, see what our lap leaders are so far in this race. Still getting used to the new ticker, so Sorry that it's taken me quite a while at times. Is our lap leaders. Here they are. Dylan Alt led 37, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. with 21, and Brody Garner with a single lap. So let's get back to the ticker. Driver long and green flag racing. We're back racing here at the paper.
Green flag, green flag.
Gotta say, Dylan Alt has been able to get some of the best restarts we've seen all day on that outside line as Austin Johnson almost punts him into turn number 1. But Alt may have a shot here into turn number 3. Can he get below that number 2? No, he's not going to dive it in there. Right on the bumper to the 2-car, give him a little bit of a tap.
Big check up through the entire corner there for our leaders as Dylan goes to Aaron's inside, and I think he's just going to give it up here as Aaron on those old tires starts to get freight train. As I hear a little bit of punting in the back. Cole Woody is not very happy right now with some guys back here. Is got a huge pack from 5th on back.
Dylan Alt able to get that lead spot. Here comes Austin Johnson for the 2nd position back in that 5th spot. Brody Garner on those old
tires. They're wrecking each other. Joe Berge just piled them all up on the front straightaway. Caution is back out.
Joe Berge, I see the 00 of Ryan Kendrick as well. We saw the 55 of Brody Garner get punted out of the way earlier by the number 74. As more damage for 2 chase contenders, Ryan Kendrick and Joe Berge. Let's take a look and see what happened. See Kendrick way out there 3 wide. Noah Allison just squeezes that 83 as he comes up the track. And oof, Latham gonna get in that 00 lane. Let's try to get one more look from another angle. We're gonna go back all the way a lap. See the 00. They're all stacked up there from when the 74 and 55 made contact. We just caught a glimpse of it, but looks like the 00 to the outside of the 24, who goes to the outside of the 86. Berge runs up the track. No, Allison doesn't give space, trying to leave space for the 00. And that's going to turn the 83 in front of the back. Eric Heater, someone who's having a really great day so far. Going to have a blown engine from this wreck, I believe. So yes, it did blow out. He's going to be done for the day. So I believe we're going to be down to about 15 race cars, half the field out so far. It has been absolute carnage. I know, Dog, you got to be absolutely fuming.
Oh yeah, it's not fun. Chase drivers have already been wrecked out of the race. A couple of them are really close to that incident limit, namely Nick Miller, Joe Berge. Berge's actually ahead of it right now.
So I believe Brody Garner did take the opportunity to come down and take fresh tires. As, yeah, you see Cole, oh, that's going to come right behind the ticker. Again, I apologize, still trying to figure things out. Let's get that pit road up. Max Yerrick still on pit road, Mark Frimpong, Latham Joyner, and looks like Noah Allison once again. Yerrick going to be coming out of the stall. Frimpong on for a while with that blown engine. Latham still getting repairs. But that 55 able to get on and off pit road. The 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. as well. Looks like he pitted after leading for multiple laps. That's going to cycle it out. So they're going to have fresh tires now. Going to have to work their way through a lot of damaged cars and through the field. Are hearing after that first incident that Jake Sylvia froze into turn number 1, and that is why we saw him make contact with Michael Roseo. Really nothing you can do there, but 78 making an early exit once again. So let's jump back up to your leaders. Dylan Alt leading still. Not still, he just got the lead back as we got an SPG 1, 2, 3. Cole Woody in 4th. Corey H. Hartz, haven't talked about him much today. He is going to be in the 5th position. Dominic Howe slowly and steadily getting up through the field in 6th. Nick Miller 7th. Andy McDowell in 8th. Joe Berge 9th. And Ryan Kendrick rounds off your top 10. Fresh tires are going to be starting in 12th and 13th. Brody Garner and Aaron Mulrooney Jr. As man, this 30-car field looks like it's down to about 14 as Frimpong and Latham on pit road getting repairs. 15th out of the race, Noah Allison. Green flags back out. Dylan Alt underway. Austin Johnson easily going to get the second. Leisure third. Woody fourth. There's Woody a little bit of contact there with Sean Leisure. 21 right on the back bumper of the 42.
Yeah, but Austin actually is able to keep with them here. So if we get to a long run, I'm pretty excited to see these two battle because these two up front might be the fastest cars all night.
I think the one to watch, though, on those fresh tires, Aaron Maroney Jr., we saw him 3 wide through turn number 1, already picking up spots up to that 9th spot. 3 positions up so far, just got Kendrick, and I believe he's going to go for more. So definitely got to watch those fresh tires if we get a long run. That 42, though, has been unbeatable on the exit of the corner, as Mulrooney once again making up spots, going to get by Andy McDowell. Brody Garner going to follow him along. There's that too, running much faster lap times than everyone else so far. As you see the 83 Joe Berge going to go to the inside, let drivers by. He, I believe, is a lap down with lots of damage, as Brody Garner, I believe, made contact with him. Couldn't really see him. We saw him blinking out. As now Mulrooney going to go for his teammate Nick Miller, going to make a dive into turn number 3. Should get him quite easily.
And Nick Miller is going to be really, really cautious right now because he is right on the edge of getting the incident penalty. Oh,
whoa, Mulrooney making a dive into turn number 1, sliding it out. We saw all 4 tires screeching, but he is going to get past that 86 of Dominic Howe up in that 6th position. Brody Gardner now trying to get by the 9. As the 9 and the 86, a little bit of contact. Gardner on the curve, sideways off turn number 4. It's a great battle back here.
Only a 0x for the 9. I'm going to be monitoring these guys with their incident points, especially the chase drivers, because Andy McDowell has already hit that in the 20 car. He already hit it. He's at 20 right now. If he gets 24x, he is disqualified from the race for too many incident points. So Andy McDowell cannot afford to get in another crash. He could easily lose his championship because Brody Garner is running really well right now. He was second in points coming into tonight.
Mulrooney can make it another dive up the 57 proximity racing car of Corey H. Hart's. Going to be for the 5th position. Mulrooney on an absolute charge from that restart. Up now about 8 spots, but towards the front. Dylan Alt pulling away. We see that 21 a lot. Not a lot better, but quite better on entry, but I have not seen anyone with that corner exit speed of that number 42 taking it nice and easy into the corner and getting a great run off. You see that 21 a little bit wide, unable to get that momentum that the 42 is able to. Back to the 2 car, eyeing down the number 74 of Cole Woody, wanting to get that 4th position and see if he can get up to, I think he can at least get to that number 67 of Sean Leisure. He's going to dive it up the inside in turn number 1.
Might be our longest green flag run of the race so far, which I don't really like to report that, but it's good to see now that we're about to run out of time, about 30 minutes left in the race session time. But it's good to see that we're starting to get a green flag run in after the way we've started. So many cautions to start the race. Really unfortunate the way it's all played out. I'm not very happy with how it's played out, to be quite honest with you, but we can have a good finish here. So we'll have to see what happens, but how about Cole Woody right now? Running up in the 5th position.
I believe he is the highest running chase driver currently in that 5th position. Brody Garner up to 7th, just got by Nick Miller. A little bit of contact further ahead. I believe that was the 2 car, as Garner going to go for that 6th spot on Corey H. Hart's. As he is going to pass that proximity racing Tundra up ahead. That SBG Tundra of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to get by his teammate of Sean Leisure. SBG 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 2nd week in a row. They're going to have a top 3. And I think they got it almost locked up. I don't know anyone that can really get up here and pass him unless Garner able to come on fresh tires, as Leisure blinked out.
And
Leisure
67
totally
just fell out of the race. So that will move Cole Woody up into 4th, Brody Garner up into 5th. Everybody will move up 1 position.
Well, just as I said, I didn't think anyone could get the top 3 away from SBG. There it goes. Sean Leisure going to be out of the race from that 3rd spot. Maybe an Alt F4 since it was quite sudden, but could have lost power, something like that. So nothing you can do there. Really unfortunate. The number 67 had a great race going so far. But Aaron Mulrooney is still catching those leaders. As we see, we're going to have to monitor that gap about 2.5 back from Dylan Alt. 2.43. Now he's coming.
Latham almost lost it there. Don't worry about him, but he just about had a moment there. But Corey Hart's going by. 4th, 5th position on Cole Woody. Cole's starting to fall off. Here comes Nick Miller, who, again, is really watching his contact with drivers. He cannot afford getting another incident point, or he will have to serve a penalty for too many incidents. So that's what he's got to do. As you can see, everybody's brakes are starting to go orange right now. It's getting very hot.
Yeah, that number 74 Lakers Silverado choking away MVP, choking away top 5, just like LeBron MVPs. He's going to drop back to that 6th position. I don't think he's really going to have much for that 57 to 48 charts, but we're going to have to watch on to that as a nice battle going on here. There's a way I can show battles. There it is, Cole Woody, Nick Miller battling for that 6th position as Corey H. Hart's in front of them going for 5th. Finally figured that out.
2nd place. Austin Johnson's getting a challenge from Aaron Mulrooney. Aaron on those fresh tires is starting to catch Dylan, and he's just passed Austin for the 2nd position. So Aaron Mulrooney, if this goes green, he could have the strategy to win.
I mean, we saw in a few laps Mulrooney Jr. able to catch up to that 21 very quickly. He has chopped the gap almost in half. As let's look. See Hard on the brakes there in the turn number 1 and 2. Down to 58 in the center of the corner. Great runoff. As you see, already starting to pull away from the 21. Once again, down to about 58 miles per hour in the center of the corner. So let's check with the 42 Dylan Alt. See that cornering speed. 114, all on the brakes hard. Down to about 58 as well. Yeah, but that 2 coming quick. 21 looks like burning off those rear tires. Really fishtailing it off turn number 2. Let's see, 1, 3, 5. Let's see that top speed from the number 42 down the straightaway. Going to get to 116. That's when we saw Mulrooney Jr. about that same speed, but here he comes. He's coming quick. Gap down to about a 2nd. It's coming. It's closing quickly. A little bit faster into the corner. Much better cornering speed on those fresher tires. As he's definitely going to have a shot at this one. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. coming fast. So
yeah, but when will those tires even out, Mitch? Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, we got a caution.
Everything.
Just as we were looking at the biggest movers off. Not many spots.
Joe Berge, I think, maybe. Could have been him.
Joe Berge involved.
No, not Joe Berge. Who was it? Nick Miller.
The 9 of Nick Miller involved in another incident. He's trying to go back.
That's not good.
See what happened. You see racing side by side with the 74 of Cole Woody down the backstretch into turn number 3. No issues. I believe it's going to be that 0-0. Teammates making contact. Miller just going to tap that inside wall. You can tell he's frustrated there. Those are teammates on Sim Performance Group. And they're going to make contact here. Miller going to just tap that inside wall. Shouldn't be much more damage. That may be enough to push him over the incident limit. As everyone going to be on pit road. Let's go up to our leaders. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, everyone's pit stops. 42 going to have that preferred number 1 pit stall. Should be able to get out in front. So let's watch the race off pit road. What an interesting call. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to take 2 tires off pit road. Everyone else, I believe, going to take 4. As, yeah, really interesting stuff from that number 2. He's got to get off strategy, do something different. And he is going to do that by taking 2 tires, getting off strategy.
But mind you, Aaron was off strategy to begin with on that last run before that caution. that caution hadn't have come out, I think Aaron would have been driving away right now with the lead.
Really going to be interesting to see what this 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr.'s can be able to do on those fresh right side tires. As looking back, still 13 cars remain in this race. Actually 15, but Mark 28 laps down, Latham 16. Sorry for the hiccups. But yeah, looking through where your drivers in points are, in 20 of Andy McDowell running in the 11th position. The 55 of Brody Gardner going to get quite a few points. If he finishes here, he will be your points leader. He does have a lap led too, so that is going to be a bonus point for the 55. Nick Miller further back, right in front of Andy in that 10th position. Sartaj out of the race. Kendrick, I believe, just hanging on. He's up into 6th now. Forgot about that. But we're going to get ready for the restart. Aaron Mulrooney Jr., big launch early on. He's going to be green flag racing back in the paperclip.
Green, green, green.
At the 21 on the curve in turn number 4, that's going to hinder his run greatly. Brody Gardner going to try for that 3rd position. Not going to be able to. Mulrooney Jr. going to be out in front. Can Dylan Alt get back and win the race?
It's going to be a good battle here, but Aaron's doing everything he can in his power right now, and he's going to do what he has to do to win this race. He still has not won a DRL yet, and this is his best opportunity to do it at a short track where it's his prowess. He's at his best here at these short tracks. We've seen it in so many leagues before. And now, him and Dylan Alt, 2 of the best drivers in the league right now, going for it right now.
Little bit of contact there between the 42 and the 2, but Aaron Mulrooney Jr., not only one of the best short track drivers on iRacing, but in real life as well. Great Legends car drivers.
The yellow flag is
As
Caution
another
again.
caution, wrecking towards the back. Just checking back here. May have been Max Urich, not sure. Dogger have you confirmed to us who it was, but that
Latham
2
Joyner.
will hang on.
Lost
Latham
it into
Joyner. I believe he's out of the race now. Alt's F4ing. See that 86 getting past him. Latham 31 laps down. A lot of damage. And let's see what happens into turn number 1. Just loses it. I'd say he lost talent, but he doesn't have any to begin with. So that 3 of Latham Joyner out of the race. But that's going to leave Aaron Mulrooney Jr. on 2 fresh tires in the lead. I'm sure he wants as many cautions as he can possibly have at this point. I mean, he's got those 2 tires. We saw how quick that 42 was on 4, so. Yeah, I think it's going to be really tough for that number 2, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., to hang on to the lead, as he's led, I believe, about a third of the race so far. I guess we're going to check out our lap leaders so far. Dylan Alt has led 69 laps. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. 31, and Brody Gardner with the 1 lap led and the bonus point. But as mentioned earlier, Austin Johnson up in that 3rd spot, up many spots so far today, as we're going to look at the moves from all of your leaders so far. Mulrooney up 4, Alt down 1 from lead to 2nd. Austin Johnson up 20 spots. Brody Gardner up 6, and Corey H. Hart's up 4 spots so far today.
getting near 20 to go here.
Still
Looks like
can't win
22
this
to
ticker.
go right now.
Struggling
Austin up
to
20 spots.
struggling
That's
to
the
do the
biggest mover.
ticker. Still classic Minchop's fashion is they're doubled up. I still can't get this stupid thing off my screen. There it is. Oh, too hard. But the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. gonna have to hold on for about I believe 20 laps. We're gonna go green with, as this should be the 1 to go this time by. So we were checking earlier where our points drivers run. We got down to that 0-0 of Ryan Kendrick, who's in the 7th spot now. Charlie Byer out of the race. Joe Berge hanging on in the 13th position, but he's way off pace. Keelan Belgian, I believe, could not make tonight. Casey Drake out of the race, and then Cole Woody, last in points, missed Auto Club. He's running in the 6th position here today. As back to our leaders, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to lead us back to green here at Martinsville. Green flag is out. Huge run from that number 2 as he's going to get up in that 1st position. Can Austin Johnson make a move for 2nd? I'm sure that's what that 2 car is hoping for. Here comes Alt, going to put the bumper to the 2.
No!
Mulrooney up into the wall. No caution.
No, caution's out, actually.
Caution is out, as I believe that may send that 42, who has dominated the race today, to the back of the field. But how about that? The 21 Austin Johnson going to slip through and go to the lead. We haven't seen him lead at all today, but he's going to be in position now. We saw contact between that 42 and 2. Let's go back and try to get a replay. Yeah, Mulrooney just a little bit off the curb. The 42 trying to get in there, and the 21 able to get past. Yeah, really unfortunate stuff. So let's take a look on board with the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. No way to save it for that number 2, as Aaron Mulrooney Jr. most likely going to come down and take tires and probably not any fuel, as yes, he's in his pit stall currently. Let's try to get a look from that number 42 of Dylan Alt. Dog, I really think it would have been okay if he didn't hit that 2 car in the left rear corner panel. But Mulrooney just a little bit up the track, and that's going to cost him. As there, the 42 dropping to the back of the line. Maybe not. Was he way in front of the pace car for some reason?
Oh.
Not too sure. Probably was, but Dog, you got to tell us from race control, is that 42 going to be sent to the back, or is he going to be starting that 2nd position?
I call it a racing incident because it was so weird how that was the thing that spun him out. That, like, any normal bump like that really should not have sent anybody around. At worst, it would have bumped them up the track, but some netcode had some play in that.
Yeah, I beg to differ there. Hitting on that left rear corner panel, we see it on plate racing, we see it on oval racing. It is going to send that car around, turning that car left even more than it wants to go. And once you make that little bit of contact, just going to send him around. But that 42 not going to be sent to the back. You heard it from race control himself. He's going to stay in the 2nd position. Definitely an arguable call, but probably the right one here in this situation. As we are doubled up here under caution, 1 to go, lights on the pace car out. Can Austin Johnson win this race? Leading his first laps all day, has run 2nd or 3rd to Mulrooney and Dylan Alt, but he's going to have his time to shine. Can Johnson do it? Green flag is out. Johnson with a huge start, but here comes Dylan Alt on the outside.
Green, green.
Can Brody Garner dive it below that 42? No, he cannot. Locks it up just
Whoa,
a little bit.
Cole
Contact further
punted.
back. Cole,
Davis.
Woody, and Ryan Kendrick, but we are staying under green. 14 laps to go here at Martinsville. The 21A Austin Johnson continues to lead. Dylan Alt, much better off that corner. Can he dive into turn number 1? No, he will not. You see that 21 really struggling on exit as the 55 trying to keep up. Here comes the 42, gonna look to the low side off 2. Not gonna be able to do it as that 42 now driving a lot deeper into the corner. 21 getting a decent exit. Look at the 55 of Brody Garner. Haven't talked about him much today. He's up in the 3rd spot, hanging with these guys. If they make contact late, that 55 may be the Catberg's seat to win this race, as he's able to hang with them. A little bit of trouble there into turn number 3 as Austin Johnson continues to lead. Dylan Alt in the wall.
Austin looking for his 2nd win of the season. He won at the Roval earlier this season. Dylan Alt looking for 2 in a row here, which would also be his 2nd win of the season as Nick Miller has come out and hit serving that incident penalty. He's going to lose some positions because of it. He falls behind Max Urich on the leaderboard as Max goes up to 12th position. Austin Johnson continuing to down front straightaway.
Dylan Alt never had to push his car so hard as Austin Johnson makes a mistake in turn number 1. That's going to let that 42 to close back in. But we don't know how this 42 car handles with damage. It's had right rear damage the whole entire race. But now that right front beat in just a little bit. Is that going to affect that 42? Is he going to be able to get back out in front? Brody Garner still looking around from 3rd. Corey H. Hart's into 4th. William Schmidt, haven't talked about him much today. Beside when he dumped someone, I can't even remember. We've had way too many cautions, but he's up in that 5th spot. Aaron Mulrooney Jr., great recovery. That 2 car getting by the 79 for the 5th spot. He's on fresh tires, so watch out for him. Back to the lead. You see that 42, a much tighter line through 1 and 2. Back into the wall once again. That's going to kill his momentum. A great corner gone wrong. That 42 really driving it hard. 8 laps to go. I don't think Nick Miller is going to play a factor as his SVG teammates are going to battle it out for the win. Brody still trying to catch up. That 42, more contact with the wall. He's going to have to stay out of the wall if he wants to win this race. But you see Austin Johnson wider off the corners than that number 42, and he's able to close up just a little bit. 6 laps to go at the line. Sorry, that is 6 laps to go. Tigger was a little bit late to that. But they're catching teammate Nick Miller, a lab car. He's going to have to get out of the way here soon, but he should not be a factor. They are SBG teammates. 1, 2. Brody Garner in 3rd. At 21, maybe hindered just a little bit by that 9. Here comes Dylan Alt. Alt, closer and closer. He's going to have a shot at it late. Dives it once again into the corner. He's getting close. As the 21 once again off the corner. Going to take 4 laps to go. Big dive from the 42. He's going to lock up, and that may be it. Alt's going to go around.
Oh boy. And he also have forced to save a caution there. So that will move to 55. Back up to 3rd as Aaron Mulrooney has actually gotten around them both, but it's not going to be enough time, I don't think, for anybody to catch Austin.
The 42 dives it in, trying to catch his Brody Garner. Going to go hard in the corner, almost into the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. But Austin Johnson, long gone. Teammate Nick Miller right in front of him. Not a battle for position. Those fresh tires of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. are going to be able to get him back up to 2nd. But Dylan Alt, after a spectacular race, really great run, not going to be able to get it done today. As through 1 and 2, Austin Johnson just has to have 3 clean corners as the 21 off turn number 4. Going to take the white flag in the air. As we see smoke down the front stretch, should not be a factor. Austin Johnson takes the white flag. That is the 10 of Mark Frimpong blowing up, but into turns 3 and 4. The 21 of Austin Johnson going to get it done today after mistakes from the 42. Johnson going to win.
Great win by him. Took advantage of the 2 in the 42's incident, and then the 42 locking him up, and auto pouring out of the race, and Austin will get his 2nd win of the season.
Austin Johnson able to get the job done. Great race from that number 21 as the 2 congratulating his teammate SBG 1-2 once again. Brody Garner going to get that final podium position. Corey H. Hart's in 4th and Dominic Howe in 5th. But with Andy McDowell in that 8th spot, I believe we're going to have a new points leader coming back into Homestead. Sorry, not Homestead, Atlanta. It's going to be your Homestead winner, Brody Garner. So Austin Johnson's going to burn it down. We're going to take a look at your results. So I'm clicking way too many wrong buttons. Austin Johnson, we mentioned. Oh, Cole Woody just kamikaze that number 21. But Austin Johnson going to be your winner here today. Aaron Mulroney Jr. in 2nd, Brody Garner 3rd, Corey H. Hartz in 4th, Dominic Howe 5th, Ryan Kendrick in 6th, William Schmidt in 7th, 8th, Andy McDowell, 9th, Cole Woody, and top 10 for the way damaged car of Joe Berge. Let's get 11th place, Max Urich. 12th going to be Nick Miller. 13th, Dylan Alt. 14th, Mark Frimpong. 15th, Sean Leisure. 16th, Latham Joyner. 17th, Noah Allison. 18th, Eric Heater. 19th, Aaron Brown. And 20th, Hunter Bridger Olson. 21st, Sartaj Mon. 22nd, Peter Kenny in 23rd. Charlie Beyer 24th. Aiden Kirker 25th. Casey Drake 26th. Lane Stevens 22nd. Michael Roseo 28th. Jake Sylvia 29th, Dog in 30th, JJ Hill did not start. He's going to be in the 31st position. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with your race winner and top 3 interviews. Welcome back, everyone, to Martinsville Motor Speedway. We're going to move on in. The third place runner for today's race, Brody Garner, going to be your points leader after today. Brody, an interesting race, a lot of back and forth racing. How'd you get it done there? Get to third place.
Heard his dog barking, but that's about it.
Yeah, we hear Nash in the background, but Brody not here yet. Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
Here he
hello.
comes.
Yes, Brody Garner. Welcome to the booth. Great race for you today. Up in that third position, going to be the points leader after today. How'd you get it done?
I just stayed consistent, stay out of most of the wrecks. Yeah, I made the right strategy call there, I think. Pitted, or stayed out when the leaders pitted, then pitted when the leaders stayed out. And I made up some spots. Yeah, but mostly it was just staying out of the incidents, because a lot of people seem to have a hard time doing that this race.
Definitely, a lot of people had a hard time staying out of trouble, but you did a great job with that. I don't know. Not much to say after this race. It really left me speechless with the amount of incidents. And that number 55, one of the clean cars out of everyone. So, Brody, any sponsors or anyone you want to thank?
Just odd, but not a fun league. This race was kind of a rough of all the diamonds, so yeah, that's all.
There you hear it from the number 55 of Brody Garner. Going to get the third place today. Going to be the points leader coming into the final race at Atlanta. Brody, good luck. We'll talk to you
Thank you.
after Atlanta.
Thank you.
All right, that is going to be Brody Garner in the number 55. Let's move in. Second place, 2 weeks in a row. Aaron Mulrooney Jr., you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, Mitch.
So you had a much different strategy from Dylan Alt, who seemed to dominate most of the race. Took 4 tires, stayed out when he took 4. You took 4 when he stayed out, and then 2 tires late in the race, and then we saw the contact. What was that incident like from your perspective with Dylan Alt later in the race?
Well, I was actually in a Discord call with Dylan, and he was roughly about a tenth faster than me the whole race. So I said, "Listen, the only way you're going to probably get by me is if you move me, maybe give me a little bump." So I was kind of expecting it, and I wasn't, expecting it to be like how it was, but that code exists, so it's whatever. It was a fun race. I went in after that incident and got fresh tires and was able to recover and finish second, so I'll take it.
Definitely. You had a great race put together. We knew you'd be competitive on the short track, but just couldn't get it done today. Maybe next week at Atlanta, things will finally go right. But Aaron, any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, hopefully we can break the streak of finishing second 2 weeks in a row. And hopefully not get crashed. Yeah, Mitch, honestly, I'd like to thank you for broadcasting DRL, and I definitely want to thank Sim Performance Group for allowing me to race for them.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be up here in the booth. Always a pleasure to have Aaron Mulrooney Jr. second place 2 weeks in a row after late contact with Dylan Alt. Still a great recovery on those fresh tires, able to get P2. Aaron, good luck next week in Atlanta. Hopefully we'll see you in victory lane. As we are going to pull in the winner for today's race. The number 21 of Austin Johnson was the bridesmaid for a majority of the race, but finally was able to get out front and was untouchable. Dylan Alt makes a mistake, and that's going to be it. Austin, congratulations. What was it like?
Thank you. I mean, I started back in the pack, so I didn't really have too high of expectations, but I knew I was going to be fast. I'm pretty fast at Martinsville. I know Dylan's really fast, so once him and Aaron got into it in front of me, and I was able to sneak there and get the lead, I know I had a chance. Because I don't know, it would be hard trying to pass Dylan. He's really quick.
That's for sure. But you did a great job defending Dylan. He makes a mistake, and you're able to capitalize on multiple mistakes from that number 42 today, and ran the clean and perfect race. Didn't have to lead them all, only led a few, but that was surely enough. Austin, any sponsors you want to thank?
Just SBG, DJ, all my teammates like Dylan and Aaron. We had a good day for the team, and yeah, Dog for hosting and you for broadcasting.
Absolutely
Benjamin,
a great day for today from the number 21 of Austin Johnson, able to pull a 1-2 finish for SBG Esports. Austin, thank you for joining. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week. Once again, going to go for victory lane. But that is going to be it. Interesting race today, dog, but for sure able to come out on top, that number 21 of Austin Johnson. I've been Mitch Hobbs in the booth. Been a pleasure to be here. And dog, any final words before we sign off?
If I ever put Martinsville on the schedule again, it's not going to be in the chase. I can promise you that. That was not a good decision by me to put Martinsville on the chase. Of all the racetracks I could have put in the chase, I had to do Martinsville. Not very smart. But we'll go to Atlanta next week. That's going to be a good race. It's going to be the finale for this season. It's going to be a close championship battle as well. I can't wait to see who comes out on top.
Season finale at Atlanta. One of the best tracks. We're going to see the cars running hopefully all over the track, mostly towards the low side, but a cheese grater on the tires. So it's going to be really interesting. But we're going to have to see who's going to come up on top. Brody Garner going to be your points leader. I believe the 20 is going to be in second. Nick Miller should have jumped up to third. Going to have multiple drivers able to win the championship. But that is going to be all from us today. Thank you all for joining. It was a pleasure to be here in the booth. Once again, I am Mitch Hobbs alongside Benjamin White. We will see you guys in the next one.